Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 22nd of July up until the 28th to see if there's anything releasing that's worth your time and money, and we'll first look at a couple of games that have released without being in one of these videos for whatever reason.
Lovely jubbly. If you want to save yourself a bit of money on your eShop credit, you can use code SwitchUp over at switchup.gg. You get 5% off instantly and 5% back in coins.
So which games are coming out for the Switch this week? Well, let's find out.
Alright, first up then, we just want to quickly talk about a game called Sword of Glory, which released on the 21st of July. It looks to be a mixture of genres. It has an action element, a bit of RPG in there, and then you have to move through different arenas fighting in what is described as a skill-based combat system. There are loads of different weapons and gear to collect, and it looks like you gradually unlock more of the map and further arenas to battle in. Let us know in the comments if you've played this one in the last week and whether or not others should potentially check it out.
That one, as Mark said, went on sale on the 21st and it will sell for £13.50 or your regional equivalent. And just one more game that's already out. This game is called Sailing Era. This will see you navigating your fleet and sailing across the seas, running businesses, having romantic encounters in the tavern, capturing pirates, and having intense battles as you go.
Some of those romantic encounters could be intense battles.
Quite possibly, especially in a tavern, yeah. It says the story takes place during the era of great geographical discovery in the 15th to the 17th century, and the world is linked by nautical routes that you'll need to, of course, explore. You'll assume the life of 4 captains, each with a unique background, and there are more than 10 renowned ships from history that have been faithfully recreated. More than 10 usually means 11, doesn't it, to be fair? Anyway, this one is already on sale, as I said, and it will cost you £19.99.
Next we've got Yggdra Union, We'll Never Fight Alone. And it's made by Sting, so he's come out of retirement.
He's loving it.
It says that in the Kingdom of Fantasia, I don't know what that is, sounds like Fantasia gone wrong, it's ruled by a royal family that inherited the blood of the gods. They've always got the blood of the gods.
Yeah, they do.
Why can't the gods keep it to themselves?
There'd be no story then, would there?
No, it's very true, isn't it? Yeah, they inherited peasant blood.
The end.
They're selling carrots on the corner. Brilliant. It does look quite intriguing actually. When I first saw this, I did look at this the other day. Some of the battling almost looked like Advance Wars.
Yeah, I mean, basically the story goes that you play as Yggdra, who is gathering together allies to fight against an evil empire. Not a story that we haven't heard before, I'm sure. No. The battle system that you mentioned says it allows for up to 5 people to participate in battle at once, depending on the character's position. You'll use the power of cards with special moves to defeat your enemies, and there are various effects that you'll be able to use in order to deal damage. And this one is going to release on the 26th and it will cost you £20.99 or your regional equivalent. Next then we have Super Intern Story, which says that it sees you working behind the scenes as an intern in a video game or in the video game industry.
Really strangely, it says that every chapter is a new day with unique gameplay and challenges. So it's almost like you're following some kind of schedule, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. In terms of the gameplay itself though, it says that you're offered the chance to learn by fixing other people's mistakes. I'm sure we've all been there at some point. Or getting blamed for everything because of course you are the intern. So there's certainly some satire here, I'm sure, involved. And in terms of the graphical style, it has that kind of silhouetted look against almost pre-rendered backgrounds. It looks quite interesting.
Yeah, it's walking that fine line between looking unique and looking cheap.
Yeah, the big white outlines, I suppose, don't help it on that front. Anyway, if you are interested, again, this one's out on the 26th and it will cost you £16.19.
Next up then we've got PixelJunk Scrappers Deluxe, which is part of the PixelJunk series which debuted back in 2007 I believe on the PS3, and this one comes from Q Games. Now you're a big fan of beat 'em ups, Glen, and this looks to be a beat 'em up where you also clean up junk along the way.
That's the part that was missing from Streets of Rage 4. That's what I always wanted to do.
Yeah, don't eat the chicken.
Yeah,
clean
pick
it
it up. Sanitise the place, will you? Come on Axel, what are you doing? Now, it does say that you'll be battling rival garbage collectors in chaotic street brawls, exploring 5 different themed areas with 25 plus stages, and mastering the art of fast and frantic garbage collection.
It's always fast and frantic in my house, mate.
Yeah, you can play in solo or with up to 4 players. It supports both online and local co-op.
I've got one of those sneaking suspicions that this is going to be very good. I think we might have to request this little badger.
Yeah, it looks a lot of fun. Chaotic fun, I think, is the
for
vibe
sure.
I'm getting from it. I've played a couple of the PixelJunk games over the years. They always have a different sort of theme, racers, monsters, scrappers, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see how this new one holds up. This one will sell for £19.99 or your regional equivalent, but it does have 20% off of that price up until launch, which is the 27th. The next game then is Sword and Fairy Inn 2, which will see you managing a restaurant and inn.
Yeah, a little bit like that Valkyrian Art 2 that we looked at recently. It looks like combine some of the sim life elements with the RPG, so you can go out and do your RPG bits, but you can also have your, what does it say? Your fairy inn. You can run that as well and serve guests.
I see. Right, so yeah, you'll be managing the day-to-day operations of the inn and the restaurant. As you just said, there is a mix of life sim and those RPG elements. You'll be cooking, cleaning, etc. All those tasks, although you can assign these to other characters too. And it says you'll meet faces from across the Sword and Fairy universe, a universe I must admit that I have no knowledge of at all.
You got no knowledge of the Sword and Fairy Inn universe?
No, I'm afraid not. Sorry.
Bloody hell. Where have you been?
Gamer card revoked.
I should imagine this is the type of title that will get itself like an Asian physical or something, right?
Potentially. It's published by East Asia Soft, so it may be on the cards.
And if I wanted to purchase something physically, what would I do?
Well, what you could do is you could use the link below to Play Asia. Get yourself a nice little 5% discount if you use the code stated down there.
Wow, I'm on.
Just saying.
Yeah, nice, mate.
This one will cost you £17.99 and it also releases on the 27th.
Then we've got one that we will definitely have a review of because it just looks really nice. It's Koa and the 5 Pirates of Mara, and it comes from Chibig. Now, Chibig have got a couple of games on Switch, haven't they? They did the Ancora games, and they also did Summer in Mara, which I have to say I absolutely slammed.
Yeah, I remember it had some hype around it though, didn't it?
It did. It just had that look. It had that like whimsical look of like, yeah, I want to jump in that boat and go for this adventure. But then it turned out to be Fetch Quest the game.
There wasn't a lot of substance to it past the look of it, was there really?
But you could tell the developers had talent. You know, they've got some skills.
It says here that you'll be traversing wild islands, dodging traps and defeating the gnarliest of pirate bosses in this loving tribute to classic platforming adventures. I'll be honest, when I saw this, I did just have half a second where I wondered if it was an older platformer that had been re-released. You've seen a lot of that in the recent years, KO the Kangaroo, and there were a couple of others, names of which escape me right now, but this is a new game, isn't it?
Question. So you played Super Mario Sunshine, haven't you?
Yes.
Does he have a jetpack that fires water in that?
Yes.
So does she.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, it's certainly paying tribute to Mario Sunshine in that respect.
It is. Look how colourful and bright it is. Looks lovely. Looking forward to this.
This one releases on the 27th and it will cost you £17.99, potentially a good price, we'll see, or your regional equivalent.
Next up, we've got a game that you might know, Glenn. It is Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons.
Yeah, so I am a big fan of the Double Dragon series. It's a series that I've kind of drifted away from over the years, I'll be honest. I do feel that it's kind of been superseded by other beat-em-ups over the years, although I did enjoy the last entry in the series. And this one actually says that it has some roguelite additions to its beat-em-up premise.
That could be good. Or that could be bad.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it could breathe new life into it, or it could be a bit of a death's kiss, to be perfectly honest. But it says you'll be choosing 2 fighters and switching between them, using their various abilities and combos to get through the enemies. In terms of the roguelite element, it says there is a mission select function, the order of which you can choose, and of course choosing one of varying difficulty will see the number of enemies change as you go along.
I can cope with that. That makes sense. You know, you set yourself a lot of games do that, don't they? A kind of optional challenge.
Yeah, choose your path or whatever. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how much more, if any, roguelite elements are in there, whether there's like permanent upgrades or whether your run comes to an end, so to speak. There are 13 playable characters, including of course Billy and Jimmy, and it has local co-op. I cannot see any mention of online, unfortunately. It will cost you £20.13, quite a strange price there, but it does have 10% off that price up until just before launch.
Awaits you. This is the Beat 'em Up Renaissance. This is
Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons.
Then we've got one that we've had our eye on for quite some time, and it's Disney Illusion Island. Now it turns out that actually the developers are working to make this an accessible Metroidvania, which is an interesting approach, I guess. It kind of depends how it plays out, really.
Yeah, I mean, when this was first released, I was really excited for this. Really excited for this. I loved the art style. I love the fact that they were alluding to a more classic look for their characters, going back to, say, the 50s, maybe even earlier than that, actually, almost the 20s, that sort of look. The more I hear about it, the less excited I am, just because I thought this was going to be another entry in the Illusion series, like Castle of Illusion, etc. The word Metroidvania puts me off a little bit. I wanted a nice, straightforward, modern-day platformer based on a classic art style, following a classic series, you know?
Yeah, it has the potential to be kind of a jack of all, master of none, you know? If you're going to do a platformer, especially with these characters, I'm like you, I'm a bit skeptical about Metroidvania.
Yep.
Especially if you're going to try and make that accessible, which could just be watering it down.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, on the plus side, it is 4-player co-op. It has that kind of new Super Mario Brothers feel to it in that respect, or things like the Rayman games of recent years. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out. It does mention all your classics, you know, boss battles, what have you. I'm hoping this will be good. I'm hoping this will be good. We'll see, of course, when it releases next week on the 28th, and this will cost you £34.99 or your regional equivalent.
We'll explain.
TBD, TBD, TBD.
Wait, are those placeholder words or the actual words? Yes.
Finally then, we've got the actually very strange and slightly interesting looking The Master's Pupil. But what's this? Is this a walking simulator?
No, I believe this is an adventure game with some puzzling elements, with the title having a bit of a double entendre in that it's referring to Monet, the painter, as the master, but you're also playing within his eye, hence the pupil in the title.
Ah, very good. So, $14.99. Show me the Monet.
Absolutely, you've been waiting for that one, haven't you?
Hand painted and expertly crafted, almost every part of this game has been painstakingly made using a real paintbrush. Now that I like.
Absolutely,
that's
cool.
And
you can see it looks really nice in the screenshots that we're looking at. So it says that you will encounter and attempt to overcome the challenges that Monet experienced in his life, whilst also attempting to help him finish his masterpieces as his eyesight worsens.
That's cool, isn't it?
It's a very interesting concept for sure.
It really is. Anything like this that kind of stands out from the crowd interests me.
It's one that is out on Friday the 28th. It's the final game for the week, and we'll see how it fares. As you say, £14.99 or your regional equivalent.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for watching. Do let us know the ones that you're interested in. There's always like little hidden drops and things that aren't on the eShop. So let us know in the comments if there's anything that we missed.
Don't forget, if you are looking to pick any of these games up, or anything else, of course, for that matter, you can get your eShop credit via our website, switchup.gg. Doing so will earn you 5% back in cash back. You can then use this, of course, against a future purchase. And for a limited time, till the end of this month, you can get another 5% off discount by using the code SwitchUp. As we also alluded to earlier, not so subtly, there is a link down there to Play Asia if you want to import any games. Again, use the link, use the code, and you'll get yourself 5% off of your order. A quick thank you to our patrons and our channel members for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.